probably gonna get really warm really quick out here. I hope you're all doing well. For today, we're just gonna sit and drink coffee. I'm just kidding. We're gonna do just a really nice feel-good morning flow. We're gonna get into the shoulders, we're gonna get into the spine, some twisting, a little bending, a little folding. My favorite thing to do for a personal morning practice is to kind of work through all the areas of my body that kind of like get pulled up when I sleep. I know some people like to sleep very nice on their back, which is what every chiropractor will probably recommend. But I sleep like in a mixture of like child's pose and fetal position and very small and balled up. So it can feel really good to just elongate the entire body first thing in the morning. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and start in a seat. If you really want to start in Shavasana, start in Shavasana, especially if you've been up for a while. But those of you who woke up 20 minutes ago, as I did, a comfortable seat to prevent the sleepies. Palms face up for receptivity on the thighs, or palms face down if you feel like you need some more grounding energy, you need to get out of the head a bit. And then just take these first 30 seconds to move around a bit. Shuffle around in your seat, circle out the neck, shake out the jaw, soften the brows, roll the shoulders a couple times, maybe very gentle twisting or a little fold. Just with the eyes closed, not paying attention to anything I'm doing or anyone else is doing. Just allowing yourself to get comfortable in your physical body, get comfortable in your seat. Giving your brain and your body signals that it's time to focus. As you let the eyes close, if they haven't already, finding some stillness. And then visualize that through your sits bones, you're able to push the floor away. You're pushing the ground through your seat, getting taller in the spine. Imagining a string attached to the crown of your head is helping to pull you taller, pull you longer, decompressing the vertebrae of the spine. And then give your shoulders a little roll up to the ears, back and down. Keep them there. Small draw in of the ribs and the belly. And pull your ears straight back over your shoulders. And then let's take a cleansing breath together. Big breath in. Pause here at the top. Taking an extra sip through the lips. And sigh it out. Draw your awareness through your body, just noticing how you're feeling this morning. It's feeling a little tense, a little tight, maybe a little achy or sore. What's needing some love or some attention on this beautiful day? Doing the same for your brain. There's been a lot going on the news lately. And it's okay to feel slightly bogged down, but just know that on your mat, it's a good place to acknowledge it. Say, I get it. I know that you're there, but this is my time for myself. So acknowledge anything that you're feeling. Acknowledge those emotions. Acknowledge those thoughts. And then let them just drift away like a cloud as you focus in on your breath. Maybe finding one focal point of your body to bring your mind's eye to. Some do the tip of the nose or the nostrils, or right below the navel, the heart. as you just breathe with control, as much as control as possible. Creating that ujjayi sensation as you constrict the throat. Now bringing sound to your breath. So now we have the physical focus, the visualization, the sound. And set your intention for this practice. What's your reason for getting on your mat today? And then let's seal all those intentions in together. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Send it out. Good. Keep the eyes closed. Drop your chin to your chest. Roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Bring your chin up towards the sky. Roll it back down through center. And to the other side. Try not to put my mouth right on the microphone. So do as I say, not as I do. Chin back down through center. Over to the right. And then back down to the left. And then just continue like this a couple more breaths. If you find somewhere where you're like, oh boy, that's feeling sticky today, that's feeling like it's being pulled on, feel free to pause, take a moment, soften the shoulders around the neck, relax the jaw. Our cervical spine has a lot of mobility to it. It's not meant to be rigid. It's not meant to be stiff. It's kind of awakening its mobility and its flexibility again. Good. Draw your chin to center. And bring your chin back up parallel with the mat. On your breath in, reach your arms up and overhead. Good. Just take a moment here and stretch up. Kind of like we did at the very beginning, like you're pushing the floor away with your butt and stretching up towards the sky with your fingers. This is called Axial Extension. It's one of the 5 ranges of motion of the spine that your spine can actually get longer and squishier, like a slinky. Good. Take an inhale, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, bring your right hand by your right hip, arch up and over to the right with that left arm. Good. Getting into the QLs of the back a bit. Psoas even, our psoas muscle helps us side bend. On your inhale, take a little halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Keep turning your gaze up, opening your armpit up to the sky. Inhale, stretch back up. Reach, reach, reach. Push the floor with your butt as you stretch up through the fingers. Exhale, other side. That might be the strangest cue I've ever given in a yoga class. Push the floor with your butt, but hey, it works. Inhale, little halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Use your breath to get deep into the right side of your ribs. Good. Inhale, come back up. Stretch, stretch, stretch long, get taller in the waist, pull in the navel. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand to right knee. Inhale, sit up really tall. Exhale, pull in the navel, little gentle twist. We're just getting warmed up. We're not throwing our backs out. We're not jamming our low backs. Just bringing back that mobility, ironing out those wrinkles from the night. Inhale, back up to center, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, other side. Couple breaths here. Pull your chin away from your chest. Take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, back through center, stretch it, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, hands down by your side. Good. Roll over the knees. Let's find our tabletop. Start to bring even more motion to our spine, shoulders, and hips. Spread your fingers really, really wide. Knees stacked underneath the hips. Tuck your toes. Inhale, cow pose, arch the spine, drop the belly. And let's pause here. Claw the mat with your fingers and drag your hands back towards the back of your mat. Should feel really nice stretch in the thoracic spine, so right around the rib cage. Good, take another breath in, push the floor away. Exhale, round the spine. This time, rather than imagining that you're pushing the floor and your spine is doing the work here, imagine that your core is doing the work. Let's start to integrate the belly. Push your ribs and your navel into the spine like your front body, your anterior core is doing the work. It's pushing you up, it's rounding you. Inhale, flow back to your cow, arch the spine, shoulder blades towards one another. Exhale, cat. Inhale to your cow. Exhale. Good. Inhale to cow, pause. Bring your right shoulder towards your right hip, kind of like you're looking behind you. Getting a really nice stretch through the right side of the ribs. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twisting to the left. I always imagine that this is like the dogs at the dog park when a dog is sniffing their butt and they're like, hey. Inhale, come back to center. Come back to neutral tabletop. Bring your hands a big step forward. And turn the web of your fingers forward. So the web between your thumb and pointer fingers. So rather than have your pointer fingers forward, you're going to clock your hands out so that this web in between your thumb and index finger are rotated up towards the front of your mat. This is going to help externally rotate the arms. It's okay if it's overly dramatic. Thumbs can be pointing towards the front of your mat. My hands are really wide. My hands are almost off my mat. Pull in the ribs, take an inhale. Exhale, melt your chest down towards your mat, puppy pose. And take a couple moments to just let the ribs puff out. Let the forehead or chin rest on the mat, opening up the shoulders. And then on your next inhale, pull in your ribs. Take the arch out of the spine. It's okay if your head hovers. We won't be here long. Just getting a little bit deeper into the back body, into the shoulders, the lats, scapular muscles. So we're taking out the arch of the spine in order to get deeper into the shoulders to isolate that area. Inhale, walk your hands back up towards tabletop. Good. From here, tuck the toes if they're not already. Spread your fingers, downward facing dog. If you want to find stillness right off the bat, go ahead and head into stillness. Close the eyes. If you want to pedal out the legs, find some movement in your downward dog. A little twisting side to side. Shaking of the head. Just ironing out the kinks from your sleep. And then on your inhale, roll forward to a half plank, half down dog. So you're kind of in this really awkward halfway position. And then do the same thing with your hands that you did in your puppy pose. Doesn't have to be as much, but turn the web of your hand just a little bit more forward so that your index fingers are clocking out. And then push the floor away, round your upper back like you're doing cat pose. Push, 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 round the upper spine. Keep all that. And then let the hips go back, let the heels go back. Just notice if you feel any difference in the alignment of your scapula and your arms. Maybe it makes pushing the floor away a little bit easier. Allow your shoulder blades to rise up anywhere they want to go. Don't force them down. Don't force them towards your hips. On your next inhale, bring your gaze forward and take a few steps towards the top of your mat. Good. Let's take it out of the shoulders a moment. Just soften the knees. Give the head a shake, yes and no. Let the arms dangle. And then interlace the hands around the base of your skull. Give your skull a little bit of a squeeze with your wrists. So you're not pulling down, you're just creating a little bit of that locking in sensation with the wrists. And allow the head and neck to relax. Again, this is that axial extension. This is that really nice reason why we like to hang upside down in aerial yoga, is because it's elongating and stretching the spine. And when you feel taller after hanging upside down, you probably are a teensy bit taller. Obviously, it's not a massive range of motion, but it exists. It feels good. Good. On your next inhale, soften the knees just a touch, pull in the belly, and lift up to a halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Good. Pause here with your fingertips on your shins. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and draw your shoulder blades together behind you, kind of like you're trying to hold a pencil between them. And then send your hands back into airplane arms. And then rotate your pinky fingers down so that your upper arm bones externally rotate. Your palms are down towards the floor. Now with that cue we had with drawing the shoulders away and together, and now the hands, now you should be able to feel those external rotators on the upper back starting to open. Good. Let's pause here. We're using our spinal muscles and our external rotators in the arms and shoulders to help support us. Take a breath in. Exhale, release, and fold. When we sleep, we get really crumpled. Like I said earlier, our shoulders are protracted. We're laying on our side. So it's really good to wake up the proper alignment and posture of our upper back in the morning. On your inhale, push through the floor, hands to hips, and rise up with a flat back. Good. Whew, feels nice to be upright again. Stand with your feet hip width distance apart. And then same thing in your Tadasana, rather than just kind of flopping yourself here and waiting for the next thing, let's find that postural alignment. Let's find that push away of the floor with the heels, push into the ground. Notice how when you send that energy down, energy rises up and it feels like you're getting a little bit taller. You feel your legs get engaged, your knees pull up the quads, your glutes squeeze a bit. Turn your palms slightly forward as you draw your shoulder blades down and back. You should feel those upper back muscles working to externally rotate the arms. And then draw your ears back over your shoulders just a touch. Belly and ribs pull in. So this should feel very different from just standing. This should feel very active, very awake, very aware. Good. On your next inhale, keep everything the same, but stretch your arms forward and up. Coming into Tadasana, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands down through center as you fold. On your inhale, rise up to that halfway lift with those airplane arms, shoulder blades away from the ears, squeeze together, palms down. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to a plank pose. Good. Pause in your plank for a moment. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a couple breaths here. Finding that same alignment with the arms. I'm talking about the arms a lot today. And the shoulders especially. So pushing the floor away, feeling that external rotation. Kind of like your armpits are rounding towards your face. Good. Take an inhale, look forward and bend your knees. Big breath out, step, walk, or hop towards the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, use your spine, shoulders back, palms down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push the floor, rise up. Reach through the fingers, push the floor away. Exhale, hands through center, and release. Good. Just one sun A. That's what we just did. All right. Inhale, stretch your arms up and overhead, but interlace your hands. So all your fingers except for your index fingers and your thumb, your Charlie's Angels hands. And then push down through the floor to grow taller. Reach through the fingers, inhale. Exhale, keep all that as you bump the hips to the left, arch to the right. Don't round your left armpit down. Keep pulling your left armpit up. Inhale, back up through center, push the floor. Exhale, over to the left, bump your hips to the right. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, pull your arms apart like you're doing a pull-up. Do this cactus motion, draw the elbows down and lift the rib cage up. So you're still getting that axial extension in this little back bend. You're still pushing down to get taller, but you're adding a little bend. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, hands through center and fold. Inhale, strong halfway lift. Send those hands back, airplane arms, palms down. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to your plank. Good, take a strong inhale in your plank. Gather your strength, your glutes, push through the arms. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good, on your inhale, roll forward to plank. On your exhale, lower the knees down. Hug your shoulder blades as you lower. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. And as you bend your arms, like one smooth movement, squeeze those shoulder blades together, 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 all the way down. Good. Gonna awaken the spine muscles just a little bit more. So when you are done with this class, you are gonna feel like you just had a ballet class, very tall and aligned. So come into a really easy Sphinx pose. As this Sphinx couldn't be any more gentle, we're gonna make it even gentler. Bring the elbows wide. And then look down towards your hands so your neck is neutral. Pull in your belly. So often when we lift a leg here, we push the belly down and we arch the spine to compensate. Instead of pushing the belly down, try and maintain pulling the belly up, but just a touch. So lift that left leg. And you should feel this in your glute and your hamstrings. You should feel this in your legs, maybe even in your spinal muscles. And then take your right hand and bring your right hand to your forehead. Good. And then push your forehead into your hand, push your hand into your forehead. Good, let's hold here a couple breaths. Draw your right shoulder down and away from your ear. Lift that left leg up high. Good, take an inhale. And exhale, lower down, release. You probably noticed that, or maybe you haven't noticed, honestly, I didn't notice for a long time, that when we do these kind of movements in yoga, we always do the diagonal. We do left leg, right arm. We do right leg, left arm. And it's because our lats and our glutes make an X, kind of like duct tape with fascia, connected through fascia on our back. Let's move to the other side. And strengthening those muscles together works in harmony to create that kind of duct tape X around our low back and give us a really nice protected SI joint and low spine. So same thing, lazy Sphinx, belly pulls upwards, lift that right leg up. Glutes engaged, hamstrings engaged, but you're not pushing the belly down. You're not using the spine to arch to compensate here. You're trying to take a little bit of that arch out of the back, just a teensy bit, so that this is focused on the glute and the leg. And then bring your left hand to your left forehead, palm is still down. Draw your left shoulder away from the ear so you're engaging that left lat muscle. And then push your forehead into your hand. Push your hand into your forehead. Ears in line with the shoulders. So this left arm should be working. And then lift that left leg, or excuse me, that right leg a little higher. Maybe lift your chest a little bit higher. Hold 3, 2, 1. Release down. Good. From here, lift the head. This time, reach your right arm forward, like you're karate chopping. So your pinky finger is touching the floor. Your palm is turned in. Belly in. Lift your left leg. Same thing. Belly is not pushing to the floor. Belly is pulling up. Keep that. Reach through your right fingers, that axial extension, like someone has your hand and they're pulling your hand forward. Your shoulder is going forward, and then pull your thumb up and back. Good. And then maybe, this is a big maybe, you don't have to do this, maybe lift that left arm so it's just hovering there. Good. Hold 3, 2, 1, release. Good. And final side. Left hand goes forward, pinky finger down. Right hand is in your kind of lazy Sphinx position. Lift your right leg, belly in, using your glute, using your hamstring. Visualize someone's pulling your left hand forward, shoulder goes forward, and lift up from that left thumb. Good. If this is enough, stay here. If you want a little bit more in the spine, maybe just barely hover that right hand. Good. Lift the leg, belly in still. You're not pushing it against the floor for 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Bring your hands underneath your elbows, tuck your toes, roll up through tabletop, arch the spine like you're moving through cow, rolling back towards a child's pose, and then hips up and back, downward dog. Very nice. On your inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, walk, or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms, palms down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push through the floor, rise up to stand, stretch as you push the floor away. Exhale, hands through center, and release. Good. Now we're going to establish more pace, more rhythm, more breath. Feet hip width distance, that active Tadasana that we spent several cues establishing earlier. Belly and ribs pull back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips. Uttanasana chair pose. Pinky fingers spin in, stretch your arms forward, and lift your thumbs up and back. Good, so we have a big shoulder focus today. Draw your ears back, bring your chin away from your chest. Good, take an inhale. Exhale, release and fold, but don't use your hands. Hands hover. Using your core to fold here, belly in, ribs in, using your hip flexors. Kind of like you're trying to drag your feet towards the front of your mat as you're using your core to pull your heart towards the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your fingertips down, step your right leg back, drop the knee. Inhale, stretch those arms up, reach chin away from the chest. Exhale, bring your hands into fists and imagine you have resistance bands in your hands and you're doing that pull up. Squeeze those elbows down into your cactus position like you're supporting your body as you lift the ribs up. Little back bend, just a tiny one. Let it feel good. Inhale, stretch back up, get long again. Exhale, hands plant, step back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, pause. Spine is rounded, look forward. Step the foot between the hands. Drop your left knee. Inhale, stretch those arms up. Exhale, pull up as you arch the spine. Nice feel good back bend. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fingertips down and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Airplane those arms still. Exhale, don't let your hands touch the floor. Fold, fingertips hover, using your core. Inhale, push down through the floor. Uttanasana chair pose. Good, let's maintain a couple breaths here. Feet are hip width distance, belly is in. Arms are stretching forward and pulling up and back. Getting that length in the spine, that extension in the spine. Chin away from the ears. Chin away from the chest. Inhale, push down, rise up. Exhale, hand to the heart. I guess chin away from the ears is a valid cue, but I don't know why you would cue it. Other side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sit back in your chair. Okay, let's stay here for a breath. Belly in. Don't let those shoulders sink back. Stretch them forward. Lift the thumbs. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Don't use the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Use your core. You're using your back body, which is also your core. Exhale, fingertips down. Step the left leg back. Drop your left knee. Magnetize your feet together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Nice, sweet back bend. Just waking up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands plant and step back to your downward dog. Take a breath there. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Use your hamstring. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, pause, look forward. Step the foot through. Drop your right knee down. Inhale, magnetize your legs, so strong base as you rise up. Exhale, do your pull-up, keeping those lats and shoulders strong as you arch, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, rise back up, get long, push the floor with the feet. Exhale, fingertips down and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, palms down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold, but don't let the fingers touch. Use your strength. Inhale, push through the floor, Uttanasana chair. Stay here, breath, reach through the fingers. Pull the thumbs back. We want that locust pose, that upward dog, that kind of lift of the chest here, using those spine muscles. Inhale, push through the floor, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart, and release. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, sink in your chair. Inhale. Exhale, fold, don't use your fingers. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms. Exhale, fingertips down, step your right leg back. Drop your knee. If you want to take high lunge, you can. Inhale, squeeze the legs together, rise up. Exhale, bring your right hand to your left wrist and reach up and over to the right, kind of like standing half moon. Good. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, do your pull-up, arch the spine, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands plant, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, right leg stretches up high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, high or low lunge, arms up. Exhale, bring your left hand to your right wrist, reach up and over to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fingertips down and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, palms down, shoulders back. Exhale, fold without using your hands, without using leverage. Inhale, rise up, Uttanasana chair pose. Sorry, a bee was just really close to me. I lost my train of thought. Take a breath in. Breath out. Inhale, push through the heels, rise and grow tall. Exhale, hands through heart center and release. Good. Adding on to that. Inhale, arms reach up. Push through the floor, reach through the fingers. Exhale, Uttanasana chair. Hips back, arms forward, chest lifted. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold, not using your fingers. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips down, step the right leg back. Option to lift the knee if you want. I'm keeping mine down today. Squeeze your feet together. Inhale, lift up through the arms. Exhale, hands to your heart center and twist to the left. Good, so you're twisting the left as much as you can using just your core strength. It's not a lot. Our spine has a good amount of twisting mobility, but most of that twisting mobility does not come from muscles, as you can probably tell. Good, take a breath in and push the floor through your feet. Again, that axial extension, you're pressing down to get taller, decompress the spine. And then as you exhale, hover your right elbow over your left knee. So you're still using those core muscles to twist. You're not touching the elbow down. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Keep this core strength. Don't lose it as you tap, tappity tap very quietly and gently that right elbow down to the knee. Draw your shoulders back. Magnetize your feet together. Squeeze your glutes. So your lats and your glutes are still working here, even in this twisting pose. Fun fact, your low back does not twist whatsoever. Good, take an inhale, press into the hands, rotate a little more. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center, stretch up through the arms. Exhale, do that pull up, squeeze down. Resistance, resistance as you lift the heart, arch the spine. Inhale, reach back up, get long. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. I don't know about you, but I already feel taller. Inhale, stretch that right leg up. Exhale, bring it through. High or low lunge. Inhale, sweep those arms up high. Exhale, hands through the heart. Push down through the floor to get taller. Shoulders down. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Just using your core. It's okay if you don't go far. Take an inhale, hover your left elbow over your right knee. So it's not touching. Still using strength. Glutes are engaged, shoulders pulling down. Inhale. Exhale, tap the elbow down super lightly. Press into the hands and rotate a little bit deeper. So you're using leverage now, but you're also still have those core muscles engaged. If you lost the core engagement, lift back up and hover, find it, tap that down. Good, take an inhale. Breath out. Always twist on the exhale. Inhale, rise back up to center. Exhale, pull your pull-up bar down, arch the spine. Let it feel good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fingertips down and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms, shoulders squeeze back. Exhale, fold without touching. So I'm just hovering my fingertips over the floor. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, sit low, reach through the fingers. Inhale, push the floor, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And release. Good. Left side. Inhale, stretch up as you push down through the heels. Exhale, sit in your chair. Inhale, lift the chest, pull the thumbs back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips down, step your left leg back, drop the knee. Magnetize your feet together, feel your glutes get strong. Inhale, arms sweep you up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So same side we just did, twist to the right, and then hover the elbow over your right knee. Good, take an inhale, pull in your belly, twist a little more, and then touch the elbow down. So now you can use that leverage, get a nice deep twist. Hands pressing together, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, push through the floor, get tall. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, push, push, push. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back knee if you'd like. Inhale, arms stretch you up. Exhale, hands to the heart and twist to the left. Use your core. I don't know if you can hear that. My dog has sneezed like 5 times. And then hover your right elbow over your knee. Don't let it touch. Shoulders down, glutes engage. Hold breath, inhale. And then exhale, tap it down. Twist a little bit deeper now, using some leverage with the hands. Glutes are still strong. Shoulders are still pulling away. Still engaged. Exhale. Inhale, back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fingertips down and step forward. Inhale, strong halfway lift. Use your back body core. Exhale, fold, hover the fingers. Inhale, chair pose. Sink the hips, stretch the arms forward. Last chair pose, I promise. Reach through the fingers, pull the thumbs back. Take an inhale. Sit deeper, exhale. Inhale, push through the floor, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And release it down. Very good. Alrighty, we're gonna add a little warrior 2 flow, and then we're gonna move into some other good stuff. Inhale, arms stretch you up. Exhale, fold. Again, using your strength, not using your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms are still down, airplane. Exhale, step back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, right knee to nose, step the foot through. Heel to heel alignment. Inhale, arms sweep you up, front knee over front ankle, warrior two. Good, take a moment, situate yourself. This is our first open hip pose. So we've been doing a lot of poses where our pelvis has been neutral and together. Femur bones have been pretty much straight up and down for the most part. This is the first one where we're really externally rotating those hips and we're opening up to the side. So we'll pulse of the knee, move the pelvis around, and then bring your hands to your hips, pull your right hip up and forward. So now your pelvis is neutral. All the rotation is coming from the femur, not from the structure of your pelvis. Stretch the arms in both directions. Inhale, flip your front hand. Exhale, reverse, nice side body stretch. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, bring your right elbow underneath your left. Come into Garuda arms. Lift your elbows. And then tilt your arms to the right. Let your head go to the left. So left ear to left shoulder, hands are pressing to the right. Just a little gentle opening of the neck, little awakening of the shoulders. Good, inhale, come back to neutral. Stretch the arms in both directions. Exhale, side angle, forearm to thigh, stretch the left arm up and overhead, nice side body stretch. Peel your left armpit open to the sky, maybe look up. Good, take an inhale and an exhale. Bring your awareness to your right side body, so the one that's closest to your bottom thigh, and try and get longer. Try and pull your right ribs forward. Good, take an inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Straighten your right leg, bring your right hand to a block or to your thigh. Left arm reaches straight up. Bring your left hand to your left hip and bring your left hip down towards the floor just a little bit. Bring it down. Whew, see how that feels. Notice if there's a little bit of an ease now in the right femur bone. Maybe you feel you can go a little bit lower. Maybe any tension on the SI joint has been relieved just by bringing that left hip down like 2 degrees and then stretch that arm back up. Good, take an inhale. And then exhale, bend your front knee, plant the hands, step back to downward dog. Next breath in, lift that left leg up high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up to your warrior two. Exhale, sink into the hips, take a couple moments, pulse it out. Let it feel good. My right hip is always really stubborn the first time I do this pose and feels like it wants to pop. And then left hand to your left hip, pull it up and forward so pelvis is neutral. Front knee is over front ankle, stretch the arms. Take an inhale, flip the front hand. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. This time, right elbow is on top, left elbow is on the bottom, Garuda arms. Lift your elbows. Bring your hands to the left, ear to the right. Good, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands and neck back to neutral. Stretch the arms in both directions. Very nice. And then coming into side angle, left forearm to left thigh. Right hand reaches up and overhead. Think about getting longer in that left side, so the side closer to the ground. We're not trying to round this upper body or this upside. We're not trying to round this right side. We're trying to get longer through both sides of the waist. Good, take an inhale. And then exhale, straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Left hand comes to a block or to your thigh or your shin. And then bring your right hand to your right hip. Turn your right hip down just a couple degrees. Good. Stretch the arm back up. Pull your heart forward. Take a breath in. Rotate towards the sky. Bring your chin away from the chest. Chin away from the chest so that your ears are in line with your shoulders. Good. And then bend your front knee over your front ankle. Hands plant down. downward facing dog. Good. From downward dog, inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, walk, or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms, still working on that upper back posture. Exhale, fold without using your fingers. Inhale, soften the knees as you push the floor and rise up. Exhale, hands through center. Good. Let's just make this easy and let's just step our right leg back. Right foot's at a 45 degree, a nice short little pleasant stance. Belly in, bring your right hip forward, ribs back. Keep that, take an inhale. Think about that length in the spine. Exhale, forward folds, coming into pyramid pose. You can bring your hands to blocks or to the floor, whatever's around you. Just getting a nice stretch through the hamstring. But let's keep it active. We're still active here. Push down through your heel and magnetize your front heel to the back of the mat like 2%. Front knee is super, super tiny micro bent, like barely even bent. You wouldn't even know it's bent. Just enough to help that hamstring engage as you drag that front heel back just a little bit. We're not trying to tear the mat in half. We're not trying to break our leg in half. We're just trying to get a little bit of that engagement here. Good. Inhale. Take a halfway lift. Bring your right fingertips to the floor, or if you're a little tighter in the legs, to a block so that you get taller. Take an inhale. Rotate to the left. Bring your left hand up. Good. Revolved pyramid pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull the chin away from the chest. Let the ears go back. Open the heart. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, fingertips back down. Bend your front knee just a touch. Push down through the feet to stand back up. Good. Step your feet together. Other side, step your left foot back. Back foot's at a 45 degree. Hips are square to the front of your mat. Belly and ribs in. Think about that length in the spine as you push through the floor. Get longer. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Just take a couple breaths here to get comfortable. It's kind of letting the leg do its thing. And then let's make it a teensy bit more active. Micro bend that front knee. Magnetize your front heel to the back of the mat. Just feeling that hamstring kick on a little bit, just so we know it's not sleeping. Let the neck relax. Good. On your next inhale, little halfway lift. Bring your left fingertips to the floor or to a block. Take an inhale, get long. Exhale, rotate open to the right. Good. At least I do. I always just draw my chin to my chest. Let your ears come back, chin away from the chest. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Unwind, fingertips down. Bend your front knee and step forward. Good. Inhale. Rise all the way up. And let's turn to the side of our mat. Toes in. Heels slightly out so that your feet are parallel. Little tiny bend in the knees. Take a breath in. And exhale, fold. A little decompression of the cervical spine. Again, let the head relax. Press the knife edges of the feet to the sides of your mat. Feel your glutes engage, assisting with the work in this pose. And then inhale, halfway lift. Strong spine muscles. Send your hands back to airplane arms. Shoulders back, shoulder blade squeeze. Grab a strap or a towel if you need, or just interlace the hands. Take an inhale, pull your knuckles back. Exhale, fold, draw the shoulders up. Draw the hands up and over the head. So a little chest expansion, getting through the fronts of the shoulders. Release the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, push down to rise all the way up. Good. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, chair pose. Just trust me. Hands to heart, or reach the arms forward, which is what I like to do. And then sit low, 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 low. Roll through your chair to a seat. All right, let us come to our back. Take a block or whatever you're using as a block with you, and bring your feet under your knees. Heels underneath the knees, palms face up. Actually, let's do robot arms today. Bring your fingertips up towards the sky like you're a little robot. I really like doing this. I think this feels super good in my bridge. And then as you press through the feet, press down through the elbows. Notice how just by doing that, your shoulders and your chest, your shoulders start to come together, your chest starts to lift. And then lift the hips, coming into bridge. And then don't tuck your chin. Don't bring your chin to your chest. Keep your chin neutral. Press the skull into the back of the mat just a little bit, just enough to have those muscles in the neck turn on and keep that curve of the spine. Push down through those elbows, lift the heart. Feel your glutes engage, hug them together, push down through the heels. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Good. This time, grab your block. Inhale, push through the feet. Slide your block on either the low or medium setting underneath your sacrum. Your sacrum is that inverted triangle shaped bone between your glutes and your lumbar spine. So you shouldn't have it in the arch of your spine. You shouldn't have it on your gluteus maximus. It should be right on that sacrum. Should feel very supportive. Your spine should feel long. I like to rest my hands on my hip points, or you can bring your palms up on the floor. When you're ready, lift up onto your toes, lifting the heels. Push down through the floor to lift the hips and slide the block out, coming on to your back. Bring your arms to a T or cactus shape. Pick up your hips and shift them to the left. Draw your knees into the chest and drop them over to the right. Inhale, draw the knees back up. Bring your hips to the right, knees to the left. Inhale, back through center. Bring the hips to center, feet under the knees. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Bring your right hand into your right hip crease and push your hip crease forward into the right as you draw without using your hands, your left leg into your chest. Then reach the hands through, grab the thigh or the shin or the knee. Just a couple moments here, getting both a hip opener and a nice rounding of the low back. Bringing a neutral position back to the spine. I really like to rock back and forth in this pose. Good. Slowly release, switch sides. Left ankle over the right thigh. Left hand into the left hip crease, really deep in there. Push it forward into the left. No hands as you draw that right leg in. And then interlace the hands behind the thigh or knee or wherever. Good. Slowly release the legs down. Again, without using your hands, it's been kind of the theme of today. Draw the knees into the chest. Either give yourself a hug or head to happy baby without using your hands. And then reach them up. Grab the feet. Just take a moment, neutralize, rock side to side, let the eyes close. Letting go of the effort of our physical asana practice. Letting go of the awareness of our breath, of our ujjayi. This is our time to let all the energy and prana that we've created during this practice just effortlessly flow through our bodies as we rest. So let's draw our knees into the chest. Take a big inhale, curl yourself into a ball, give yourself a hug. And then exhale, release, and set up for your Shavasana pose, any way that feels good for you. If you want to TP the knees or bring a prop under the knees, or even if you want to maybe take a comfortable seat instead of laying on your back, do whatever will make you the most comfortable. And enjoy your rest. I'll wake you when it's time. Without moving, draw your awareness back into your breath. And then gradually back into your body, noticing what you feel, what you hear, what you see. And then take a breath in, stretch the arms up and overhead, reach through your fingers, stretch through your toes. Then on your breath out, roll over onto your favorite side, pausing there. Taking a few moments in your fetal position to feel what shifts have occurred during your practice. Think of one thing you feel especially grateful for. And then keeping the eyes closed, make your way up to a seat. Hands pressing together, head bowed towards your heart. Come back to that intention you set for yourself 60 minutes ago. Take a moment to have gratitude for yourself for making it to your mat this morning, putting in the work, knowing that all those shifts that have occurred are due to yourself and your hard work and no one else. Let's seal in this practice as a virtual collective with one final deep breath. Take an inhale. And sigh it out. Exhaling only love to all those we encounter. Draw your thumbs to your third eye. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'll be here next week, Wednesday at 6 outside. I will maybe get to see your faces. So next Wednesday at 6 p.m. will be my first time teaching a live class since March 15th. I'm really excited. It'll be in the parking lot at Raga at 6 p.m. You have to pre-register to be there. It will also be streamed if you want to stream in. And then Thursday we'll still be here. I'll be at my home. It'll be live stream.